Due to societal pressure and brainwashing, I used to think that I need to stop dreaming and start living in reality instead. They told me that I need to wake up to reality from my dreams. Now, it is the exact opposite. I need to dream in order to live in reality, for there is no other way to experience reality. That is why I dream constantly, whether I am awake or asleep. Contradictory to what the people tell you, there is no reality to wake up to, or if there is, it is only a pathetic illusion of happiness created by a fundamentally sick society and marketing industries. There is no distinction between reality and my dreams, for I create my reality with my actions, words, and most of all, thoughts, as does everyone else. These are the three main components of this reality that everyone is telling you to wake up to, thus I find these attempts humorous. I used to search for God or Creator outside of me. For 15 years I did exactly that. I have recently concluded that this futile attempt has been the biggest mistake of my life, for I wasted so many years just to realize that I was looking for God from the wrong place. It was only when I started looking for God within myself that I truly found Him. In addition, I found the real meaning of my life, which led me to find what I call true happiness. For so many years I was told that in order to satisfy the deep void inside myself I would need to have a personal relationship with God. For 15 years I did my best to achieve that relationship. I prayed, read my religion's holy scriptures, attempted services, camps, meetings, and prayed more. Despite all my effort, God never responded to my humble intentions and wishes to have contact with Him. This failure or total incapability of God led me to logically assume that there was no God to begin with, at least no Christian God. But it was then that the fellow followers of my religion basically told me that it was my fault that God never responded to me. It had to be. There was no other way, because the Christian God longs for relationship with human beings. It couldn't be God's fault of incapability, for He was omnipotent and perfect. After 15 years of this nonsense, I basically said, okay, I'm gonna have to look for somewhere else. I always wanted to believe that there was a reason, a creator, a greater truth. This was possibly due to my religious background, because of which I needed a reason to live. Some people may see this feature as a sign of weakness, because the typical assumption of most atheists, an assumption that there was no God, no purpose, no greater meaning/truth, etc., served no purpose to me. I decided to keep looking for the greater meaning of life. I did it for the following reason. I had no interest, motive, nor reason to build my entire life on such a pitiful and pessimistic assumption, though most atheists would say that this assumption of theirs is realistic. What I found on this so-called quest for truth, God and purpose is the following. I, and everyone else on this planet for that matter, was and is, in fact, a creator, a prototype of God. We create by the means I described before, we co-create together, and the sum of our creativity is the world you see in front of you, and I do not mean your computer screen. Look out the window. Some people may see world as a pretty grim place, but when I look at the larger picture, this massive system of co-creation, I see it as something very beautiful and amazing, for it is not static nor set in stone, but it is vibrant and constantly changing. But there was more to what I found. My greatest personal discovery was when I found evidence supporting the claim that man was, in fact, more than just a physical complex, that is, a pile of atoms that form our bodies, internal organs, etc. I know that most people who are not religious disagree with this. For those that do, I have no intention of attempting to change your worldview or trying to change your mind. But if you are curious to find the reasons, the pieces of evidence that support my belief in this matter, just familiarize yourself with the field of parapsychology and its studies and research. My claim is that if a man is merely a physical complex of words such as parapsychology, supernatural, psychic, near-death experience, out-of-body experience, reincarnation, and Poltergeist would not even exist, for there would be no catalyst which would have contributed to the birth of those words. But as I stated, I do not wish to change your mind or worldview for the sake of personal emotions of superiority or self-affection. I cannot change your worldview, your belief system, if you do not wish for it to be challenged, for man only takes in information that supports his current belief structures. Religions and religious people in general are great examples of this. I do not mean to imply that my belief system would be correct or somehow superior to yours. I've learned that everyone has their own path to follow, and no man can tell another man that their path is wrong. I believe that all paths lead to the same place, back to the source, or home. I do not believe in hell. I do not believe in heaven. I do not believe in God in a typical sense of the word, for it implies that God is an entity separated from man. I do not believe in skeptics. I believe in idealists. I do not believe in the current economic system, for it contributes to inequality, suffering, scarcity, and corruption. I believe in change, in a change for better. I believe in change because it is the ultimate constant. I believe in a change for better because I am committed to contribute to it for the rest of my life, for it is my dream, and fulfilling my dream is what makes me happy. If you do not believe that one single man could make significant change in the world or make a difference, just look at your history books. In fact, just look up any of the many great names of history. You will find individuals who had very, very grand dreams, dreams that most people would define as utopian. These people believed in their dreams, followed them, and as they worked on their dreams, they changed the world, literally. In the words of Henry Ford, whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you are right. To close this message, I want to ask you to focus on your thoughts and your words. What are you creating? Is it positive? Is it negative? If you wish to see more positive things in the world and in your life, just think positively. Remember that like attracts like, and your thoughts function like a magnet. So what I'm asking you to do is to dream, and to work hard for your dreams. You will find that it is the only thing that makes you truly satisfied with your life. Don't let anyone convince you that your dream is too big or utopian, or that you are, somehow, disconnected from reality. Just believe in your dreams and believe in yourself. Be that change you want to see in the world. Focus on optimism rather than pessimism, or what they call realism. Remember that realism is always relative and highly overrated. I might even go as far as to state that realism doesn't even exist. We are creators, so let's create a better world for ourselves and for everyone on this planet. We will get there eventually. Peace and love. Adonai.